Hi, I'm Kevin, and I wanted to share my autism story. I have the father of four boys, three of which are on the autism spectrum. They range from moderate to very severe in my terminology. The psychiatrists have never really completely categorized it, but we'll go this way. My oldest is not on the spectrum at all. He is what would be considered a normal child. His next youngest brother is what I would deem to be moderately autistic. He is what would have probably been considered before the change in the DSRM to be a child with Asperger's syndrome. He's very high functioning. He is able to spend the majority of his time at school, in class with his regular classmates, going to recess, doing all of the regular things that most kids do. He just has times where his social anxieties and things that he has with his autism really affect him. And then he gets to go back to the resources room with the teachers there, and they help him to feel more comfortable and calm down. And he basically is able to function now. He's able to get out there and do things, and he has lots of interests, and he has a great mind. The next youngest is the one that, in my opinion, would be extremely autistic. He is 10 years old. He is still not potty trained. We're working on it, but he hasn't shown a whole lot of improvement. He receives in-home therapy Monday through Saturday usually. Sometimes the Saturday sessions get canceled, with specialists that are paid for through a local program to help support people with autism, and it's provided to the family as no charge, which is amazing, and it's been extremely helpful. He has shown much improvement in his behaviors, etc., since starting this therapy program. But there are certain things that he just doesn't seem to understand, and it makes life very difficult. He is a larger kid. He is got genes that are making him big and tall and very, very strong. He is capable of getting away very easily because of his strength, and it makes it very difficult sometimes, as he is not potty trained, that we do have to change him when he does go to the restroom. It's very difficult, but we deal with it. It just makes things different. Then our fourth son, who is kind of in the middle of the other two. He seems to be just a basic normal boy, but he doesn't communicate. He doesn't have very good social skills, but he is learning to potty train. In fact, he's able to wear underwear most of the time and doesn't have that many accidents. He also receives therapy on a daily basis outside of school. Just there's so much that goes on with it. The question that we were constantly asked is, I can't imagine having one kid with any kind of a disability. How do you deal with four? For us, it's always been kind of just part of the routine. It took us a while to even think about getting testing done to see if there was something wrong, because we just were used to it. We know how they all need to be handled when things go wrong and when they have their little fits and things like that. But it does make it difficult because there are three of them in the house, and they're at differing levels. The thing that I really am hoping will happen because of the autism research and things through Autism Speaks is a better understanding for people who don't have to deal with autism on a regular basis of how they can help and how to be able to deal with people who do have autism and are on the spectrum, but also researches into what's causing it and research into treatments that are specifically designed and made for people who have autism. As of right now, we are still trying to figure out what will work best for each of the individual children. And because there aren't any treatments or medicines that are specifically slated for use with autism, it makes it very difficult for us and for their psychiatrists to help, because there is nothing that they can say, oh, well, this works or this helps. It's, well, let's try this particular medication and this one and this other one, and we'll see if they help, because they each have different things that help with their specific needs. The problems with that is that they're on a very wide regimen that and with the more medications that you take or give to a patient or your child, the more complications that can come out of it. And so seeing, even if it's not a full coverage, because the spectrum is so broad, there are so many different quirks and personality traits and issues that come with people who are on the spectrum, that there's not really a way, I don't think, that they could ever come up with a blanket medication. But if they could come up with a single medication that helps to treat some things that are in a majority of people with autism, it would be so much help. But as it stands right now, we have to go with what's available and what the psychiatrists can know from other patients and other diagnoses of even other disabilities that might help, and hope that they work. Our hope is that someday they will at least all be able to go out and function as members of society and be able to have their own lives separate from the whole family and be able to handle it. And that is our goal. And that is, I think, the goal of any parent of a child with autism or any other disability, is to see their child grow and succeed and become the person that they, as a parent, know that they can be.